What's going on, everybody? I'm Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at something a little bit more interesting. I haven't done a Power Rangers or Super Sentai video in a while, but today it's the Zord Ascension project, ASTRO MEGAZORD. Turning the box around, you can see that what we have here are a 27 centimeter or 14.5 inch MEGAZORD. Then we've got weapons, Rangers, the ship, the shuttle, and then some extra little components and additions. That's right, the bridge for the Astro Megaship mode, and then the head where the Rangers sit. The box itself is quite large. We've got Siege Jetfire and Power of the Primes Predaking right there. The box itself is bigger than Jetfire. Removing the sleeve, there is this beautiful chrome blue back to the box. I've also turned it on its side. There are 4 pieces of tape holding the outward sleeve on, 2 on the sides and then 2 on the other side. Then when you get the sleeve off, there are 2 more pieces of tape, 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. Let's open up this box. Inside the lid of the box, you have this absolutely beautiful artwork of the Megazord fighting Ecliptor. Oh, that is so beautiful, and it's textured with the Z's for the Zord Ascension project. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but there are little Z's in there, and it is gorgeous. That is such a nice Easter egg. On the top of the box, there's a QR code that leads to powerrangers.hasbro.com. Once you remove the lid, you have this beautiful chrome, just colored bit that is reminiscent of the inside gauges of the Megazord. Oh, I love it. The presentation is so good. And then on the inside of the box, we've got a bag. Just a big old bag. And that has the Megaship in it. Oh yeah! Then the rest of the inside of the box is just holders for all of the accessories. We've got all these we've got these little cardboard shrouds that go over everything, and then whoop, we've got more of these baggies. So this one is, I'm betting, the sword. Oh yeah! That's the sword! Oh, that's so nice! And then we have what appear to be some gray bits. Oop. Ah, okay. This is one of the booster shuttles, or booster sections. Like that. And then we've got another bag. What is this one? Ah. Oh my, a whole bunch of hands. Look at all those hands. And then we've got the baggies with the Rangers. I'm not going to open this on camera. And then we've got the shuttle. Oh, that's so cool. And then finally, some directions. The Zord Ascension Megaship comes with everything you see here. First, we're going to take the booster, and according to the directions, leave it like this, so the gap is pointing up. Then we attach the fuel cells, or the fuel, I'm sorry, these are the boosters, that is the fuel tank. Because it's based off of the American shuttle system. And then plug that in, and here we have our own little Power Rangers in Space shuttle. Nice. Vertical takeoff. Whee! Now let's get this shuttle all situated. First, we open up the front, which is a lot harder than I initially expected it to be. Ah, there we go. Once it's open, reach inside and fold down these panels. Take your shuttle and push it all the way back, and it will peg into place in 2 peg holes. So just squish that in there, and then close up the front. Before we get on to the rest of the review, I wanted to show off the little Ranger figures that come with the set. They are obviously the red, yellow, pink, blue, and black Rangers, and the modeling on them is fine. It's fine at this scale. These are very tiny. So I'm okay with a lot of the definition being lost. There's nothing I could really do, but it's clear that, well, I mean, the guys are in their guy uniforms and the ladies are in the lady uniforms. So you can tell who is who, roughly. They're just really small, and I have to hide these before the cat eats them. And here's a Titan's Master head for size comparison. They're the perfect size for freezer snacks. Alright, let's get on to talking about the big boy. We've got the ASTRO mega ship here, and I've got to give it to Hasbro. The finishing on this figure is exquisite. The detailing, the molding, everything on this thing is super nice. Except the plastic feels a bit on the cheap side. I don't understand why. But this thing is gigantic. Height-wise, at the top of the fins, it's taller than Siege Prime. It's taller than just about every leader figure in terms of length versus height, but it's about the same width as a T-posing Ultra Magnus. The only flight-based transformer that I've got that even comes close to the same size is Siege Jetfire, which you can see here. The Megaship is definitely shorter than Jetfire and a little bit, well, not as wide because, well, let's face it, it's a giant freaking Power Ranger UFO versus a Cybertronian jet. Before we put it back down, I wanted to give you all a look at the overall molding of the figure. The molding is absolutely beautiful, though the chrome picks up fingerprints like nobody's business. I love the way this thing looks. It is such a wonderful evolution and reimagining of that original Megaship figure, which we'll do a size comparison here in just a second. As you can see, this new figure utterly dwarfs the original. Like, we're talking magnitudes of size difference here, but all of the detailing remains, at least as far as I can tell. You've got the same molding, or roughly the same molding here on the old ship as you do on the new ship. Wait, reverse that. You've got the molding here on the new ship, roughly the same as you do on the old ship. Even some of the weird oddities are present, like specifically in the front opening and closing are always, every time I pick this thing up, they become out of line. You know, the same thing happens with the original. It's really weird. Maybe that's just down to the design. I'm not sure. Some play items in this mode are the turrets on the top, as you saw with the original figure. I am missing those turrets. These move 360 degree until, they hit a piece. I don't know if you could pull them off, but I'm not going to try. They are soft plastic instead of the harder plastic that is the rest of the figure. Remember the back of the box we looked at before? Well, you have to get your finger in here and pull up this panel, and that will reveal the inner workings of the ship. And there we have the Rangers, red, yellow, pink, blue, and black right there. I do appreciate a nice little, I guess you would call it the bridge. But the one thing that I'm weirded out by is I really feel like there's a sticker missing there. There should be something right there showing that they're looking at a view screen of some sort. I would just love more paint in there, but I'm sure if my buddy Grimlockham has got a hold of it, he might be able to do something, or maybe Toy Hacks will make some stickers. Though getting those stickers in there is going to be a real pain in the clipper. All right, folks, transformation time. Start off with by coming to the front and pulling open the front, and this is so hard. I have found the best way to do this is to put your fingers like this and pull open like that. Then that will allow you to reach in and unpeg the space shuttle. Whoosh, off it goes. Move the cannons out of the way and continue to ratchet the feet out like that. Reach inside and flip up those little compartments, or those little panels that we closed earlier, like so. Come to the bottom of the figure and wiggle off the shield, and that will come out. Then reach underneath the arm sections and unpeg them, just like the original figure, and that will then allow you to, once you've ratcheted the leg out to that point, take the panel in the back, flip it up, and you see how the leg is positioned. So you want to kind of rotate it around. Not kind of, you need to rotate it around, and then drop it back down into place, close the skirt panel, and flip the wing along the side to form the side skirt. On the other side, unpeg the arm, bring the leg out, flip up the panel, rotate the leg around 180, and then bring it down and turn it around. I forgot to do that on the other side. Drop that down and flip the wing around. Next, grab the arms and bring them over and peg them into place and push down on the thruster parts to fit the arm in place. And I don't mean fit it in place, I mean like actually get it fully transformed. And then turn the fists around. And now it's time for the shuttle. It's the same way that the original. Bring the shuttle in, clip it into place, and then push it down to get it situated. Then reach behind and open up the back. And this whole back will fold down and peg into place. Come up to the front of the shuttle and lift up the head, fold it down, or lift up the cap and peg that into place. And there we go. This ASTRO MEGAZORD is really nice. Like, it's really nice. Even though the plastic feels a little bit iffy, I love it. I absolutely love it. It is huge. There's the original. Here's Victory Leo on the stand, Siege Jetfire, and Titan's Return Predaking. Posability for this bad boy is pretty darn good. Head is on a ball joint and can, well, move quite a bit. It's got limited up mobility and down mobility, though, so it looks down about that much, and it looks up about that much. One issue I have is that every time I go to move it, I end up popping the head open. It's not the end of the world. Shoulders are ratcheted for 360. There is articulation for in and out movement. Then there is a little bit of movement at the bicep for forward and back, or for in and out. And you could hear the ratchet. No ratcheting at the elbows. Fists do articulate 360 degrees. Fists are replaceable. More on that in a minute. Posability for in and out movement of the arms is limited, unfortunately. That's as far in and out as they go. You can't T-pose this thing. There is a torso swivel. It's 360 degrees, not ratcheted. Legs move forward via ratchet. They don't really move back because this is a solid piece at the butt. It's not actually on a hinge. And then they can ratchet in and out, so not 90 degrees. There is thigh ratchets, bends at the knee, and then the feet don't really have side to side, but they do have forward and back ratchets. Now, while the middle of the saucer section has a little compartment, the head in the robot mode has a similar compartment right there. And as you can see, there are some little consoles in the back. We've got black, red, blue, and then yellow and pink in the back. It's just so neat. I love it. I love the addition of that, and it just works so well. Now that shield, come to the back of the shield and simply turn it, and it will snap into place. And then you flip out the little handle like that. And then the sword, you don't got to do nothing to it. But what you do have to do is change out those hands. To change out the hands, first grab the hand and just kind of wiggle it off, and it'll pop off. Thankfully, the holes aren't too small or too big. They are just right. And then we can pop on either a grabby hand or an open palm hand. We're going to go with grabby hand for the right hand. Does require a little bit more force to go back on. And then for the left hand, we'll go with the grabby hand as well. I love this figure. It's the best ASTRO MEGAZORD we have gotten besides what's come in like a mini pla or another model kit. The original figure, while very cool, does not have the same amount of posability as this guy does. I would like it if there was more posability. There are a few little issues I have with it, in the fact that some of the joints don't stay connected all that well. Every time I go to move the shoulder, I unpop it. And the legs, when you go to move them, the skirt moves up, but then you have to move the wing in order to get the skirt to actually move up correctly. That is a bit annoying, but it's just the base engineering for the figure. Other than those minor issues, the figure is great. I love it. I think it is just a wonderful addition to the Power Rangers line, and especially the Legacy Zord Ascension line. It's just gorgeous, and that's the thing that I think is the big takeaway. This is a gorgeous piece. It sure as hell ain't cheap, but I'm okay with that given the level of engineering and given just the beauty of the thing. Now I'm really tempted to go back and try and get a hold of some of the other ones, especially the MMPR, Dragon Zord, and original Megazord. I really want to get a hold of those now because this thing is big, it's beautiful, and it's kind of exactly what I wanted from a revival of Power Rangers Zords. So folks, let me know what you think of the Astro Megazord down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and may the power protect.